This video describes the process of building business logic within iRise Studio version 7.2 to simulate Google Talk. So the initial step is to create 3 data sheets. Your first data sheet is chat, which holds the name and the status of the participant that you have selected to initiate the conversation. And if the participant is the person with whom you are currently having the conversation, then he will have a value of 1 in the select column. But if it's a participant that you have chosen before, then he's supposed to have a value of 0 in the select column. The next data sheet is message, where you actually store the conversation in the message column against the participant's name in the name column. And the third data sheet is counter, and the counter keeps a track of the number of messages that you have exchanged with each participant. In this instance, you are allowed to talk with 3 participants, so 1 counter has been assigned for each participant, and the counter value is initialized to 0. Going back to the simulation. So when you actually select a contact here to start a conversation, you can see that you update the select value with 1. So when you update the select value with 1, if you see that, sorry, the row here, the text box that you see here, the name, the text box that you see here, the name, it's populated from this get record action, and this get record action only pulls records which is having a select value of 1 from the data sheet. So whichever participant you selected gets displayed within this normal row. And now if you actually choose to send a message to the participant, then you submit the form, you store the message in a clipboard, and you go into the decision. Say you choose to send a message to John. Let's see how that entire process of conversing with John is accomplished. What we do is get the initial counter. In this case the counter is 0, so if you look at the rules behind the counter, the criteria is evaluated and the counter value is checked. If it's 0, it follows the path of 1. So here it flows through this path, and your name goes into the message column, message name column, within the name column within the message data sheet, and the actual message that you are stored in the clipboard plus what you actually said is or plus your name is concatenated together, and the concatenated message is stored against the message column against your name. In this case your name is John Brutus, and the concatenated message is stored against John Brutus. Immediately after this record action here, there is another record action that happens on that same data sheet, and the response from the participant is basically stored in this record action. So here in this case, John replies is stored as the first value. It's stored as the first text field. A hard-coded message value is concatenated along with this message, and the concatenated value is stored into the next row, and the counter gets updated by a value of 1 more than what it was previously, and the updated value is used to update the data sheet which holds the counter, and the page is refreshed. So when it comes to action, it appears as if you post a reply, and you get to see the hard-coded message that you have used here. So next time you come to this same decision, the counter would have a value of 2. So in this case you get to see another hard-coded reply to give a perception of actual conversation happening between yourself and the participant. So this is how the business logic is simulated to depict the process of chatting with a participant in Google Talk. Thank you.